Ariel, and I am opening up my chat right now for personal questions. I will do $10 minimum donation per question, and you can donate through either PayPal. I have my link below in the description box, or you can donate through the super chat option on YouTube while this is live. So I hope you guys are doing great today. I'm going to just start out with a little collective reading for everybody so we can get some of the basic general energies and messages of the day. So if you are joining me, thank you so much. I appreciate your energy and your time as always. So we have just started in Aquarius season, guys. Aquarius is our sign now. We just shifted over the other day, so happy birthday to anybody that has a birthday during Aquarius season. And we will be experiencing quite a lot of energy during that time. I will be soon posting up my videos for the astrology forecast for the month of February 2022, as well as each of the signs forecast for the month coming up. So let's go ahead and tune in to our universal energies. Let's see what we have got going on for today. Dear angels, divine beings of light, guardians, and ancestors, all our passed on loved ones, our ascended masters and guides, I just ask that you be with us today. And let's get a little collective reading for everyone to see what the energies of the day are bringing through for us. Oh, yeah, well, looks like a good day for love, and hopefully this energy is going to be carrying over with us through this week ahead. That's a beautiful card. Beautiful keyword to get on the bottom of the deck was community. So there may be a lot of love within our chosen communities between friends, co-workers, people that we work hand in hand together with. This is very beautiful and very strengthening. I think this also says a lot about the energy of Aquarius, because Aquarius is a sign that rules the mass consciousness, and it does have a lot to do with love of community, love of the group, making decisions that are good for everyone concerned and are going to be for the well-being and positivity of everyone in the group. So very, very nice message just to start us out. Let's get a number on this. Let's get a numerology card, get a number of the day here. All right. Ooh, personal growth. Very nice number to come out, number 7. So anybody that's tapped into a number 7 for any reason is going to be feeling this one very strongly today. Number 7 also to me connects very much to the Chariot card in the traditional tarot, because that is the number 7 of the major arcana, and it definitely has to do with personal growth, movement forward, having a very, very positive outlook, learning the balance of your inner emotions, the subconscious self. Very, very nice. Let's get a gemstone chakra of the day. Hopefully these energies will resonate throughout the week, because these are very nice. Hi there, Marie. Good to see you. I decided to jump on here today. It's just a nice, it's been a very beautiful day here. Really gorgeous. Cold but beautiful, and we'll see how sleepy our Sunday evening is. I felt this one, you know. Let me block this guy real quick. Yeah, we're not gonna do that. All right, so the chiastolite, the passed on loved ones, the root chakra. I definitely feel this one. I don't know, this last few days I've definitely been feeling my energy very connected to my dad, really talking a lot to my ancestors, past on loved ones. So this is what's coming through very strongly from our gemstones and chakras, is being supported by our ancestors. Very guys. So let's get a spirit guide for the day. We're going to pull from the Angels Among Us. This is a new deck that I've been working with. I love the artwork. It's truly beautiful. So we're going to get a divine being. There's gods, goddesses, archangels, ascended masters, all kinds of stuff in this. Oh, well, hello. Hello to myself. There's a name I recognize, this Archangel Ariel. Love that because it's my name. But Archangel Ariel brings the environment into balance. She brings abundance, and she is the guardian of the earth. Ariel is also, you know, that's an old name that translates roughly to Lioness of God or Lion of God. So it's a little bit of a Leo energy here too with her. Definitely she's an archangel that encourages strength, courage, bravery, you know, getting through difficult circumstances, but also, you know, very much one of abundance, grace, connected to the earth. Interesting, we're getting some earthy connections here today in our cards. I think that really is, you know, that's very meaningful. We're passing from Capricorn season into Aquarius season, so we're going from the, you know, earth to the air. And, you know, moving into an air energy, you know, we tend to go more upward. We tend to go more into those higher chakras, the higher realms. Aquarius is the oldest air sign, so it's definitely the most ascended of the air signs, and it can take us very heavenward. So I feel like with the chastolite, the root chakra, Archangel Ariel, guardian of the earth, it's like, make sure you're staying grounded as you kind of make those heavenward journeys or do those spiritual, you know, have those spiritual adventures. So yeah, that's a good message for the day for sure, because we can still feel it. And we are still in some retrogrades, of course. We've got Mercury and Venus still in retrograde, and, you know, they're split between the signs of Capricorn and Aquarius, because Capricorn is retrograde and Venus is retrograde in Capricorn, Mercury is retrograde in Aquarius. So let's get a little tarot today. February 3rd, I'm not sure, but I know February 2nd, well, February 3rd is when Mercury goes direct. Yeah. And then February 2nd is Imbolc. That's our midwinter festival, right? That's, we're getting closer to spring after that day. We're closer to spring than winter. Hey, Queen. Is GP gonna call me tonight, and will we resolve it? All right, well, let me get you some answers, hon. Thank you for your donation. Thank you for joining the chat. I am going to throw you first off some angel answer cards so that we can try to get a quick answer on this. I will pull you some tarot as well to see what is going on. All right, Spirit, let's see what Queen in the chat has coming through for her today. Will she have a resolution, reconciliation? Let's see what you have for her, please. Okay. All right, I don't think it's going to happen like tonight. I think it's going to take some time. It's always up to you. It's always up to your own energy. But the messages coming through here are meditation brings answers. This is kind of like take a breath, take some time. Don't rush into it. We're also getting within the next few months. So even if you have a conversation or communication before then, I think it's going to take a little time for you to get a full closure, reconciliation, movement forward. I will also tell you, Queen, that we are in a Venus retrograde. It is in the sign of Capricorn, and that is with us until the beginning of March. This is why I don't feel, well, the retrograde, the Venus retrograde ends on January 29th, but the Venus in Capricorn doesn't end until the beginning of March. So it's going to take a little time because it has to go back through what it's called its shadow point. So I would give this a few months, honestly, whether it's a month or two. You could have communication before that, but I feel like the real closure is going to come then. And during this time, honey, you're going to be reconsidering some things. You're going to be thinking some things through. That is what these, Mercury and Venus retrogrades are meant to do for us, is to get us to reconsider. It's to get us to review, to rework. And it's not always fun. We don't like to do it, right? It's not always fun, but it's really important. That's what this Venus retrograde is really working out for us. It's really working that out for us. On the bottom, and the thing that you may want to consider here with this is that there could be something better for you. I know we don't always like to hear that, especially when our heart's involved, right? But this is just something to think about. It doesn't mean that you have to act on it. I would say don't ever take a card reading as, a substitute for your own intuition and your own life experience. But this is definitely telling you might want to think about this. You might want to, but I would also say remain positive here. Remain positive. Don't get into a downward spiral if it takes a little while. You definitely need to take a few breaths, let this work itself out. As much as you can possibly turn it over to the divine, because this is going to take, a minute. Let me get you a little bit of tarot here on your reading as well. And I think Nancy put her name down for a read. And as soon as I'm finished, Nancy, I'll be on to yours. Or if it's just a donation, you let me know that too. All right, Spirit, let's see what we have for the tarot for Queen for this conversation, potential reconciliation. Let's see what we have past, present, and future. Yeah, these things, oh, this is taking time. It really is. I mean, this is just... You had that in the angel answers and the oracle, and now it's coming through here too in the tarot. So immediate past, this is Cancer King energy, the King of Cups. Could have been involved with a Cancer, water sign, Scorpio, Pisces, or very, very emotional connection, right? Very emotional connection in the immediate past here. Cancer energy can be kind of moody. The person that you're with, or you yourself, or the two of you, your dynamic together could be kind of moody, where it's like one day is going really good, the next day is kind of, maybe one day you're having arguments, the next day you're not. There could be a lot of emotional ups and downs here on this. Knight of Wands. So there could have been a little bit of playing around. There could have been. This is an interesting dynamic because usually the King of Cups is very solid and very loyal, but the Knight of Wands is not. So this is why, there could have been some other involvement, some other energy coming into things, either them or you kind of thinking maybe there's somebody better or somebody else trying to tear you apart. That could be a thing too that might have happened. Knight of Wands is Sagittarius, and it tends to be kind of wandery, right? It's a little bit of player energy coming in there. In the center, present energy is the Seven of Pentacles. This again, same reflection in your oracle that said give it a couple months. This is that same thing. It's like slow and steady wins the race. It's going to take time. It's going to take time for everything to come full circle. And it's kind of telling you, don't get discouraged. Don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on your process and your journey. Do what you need to do to support and nurture the relationship, but be patient too, okay? This is giving you time. Yeah, you might be really thinking about leaving this, because the feeling that I got with that reconsider card could really be this feeling that you're thinking it over. And you might get to a point where you say, is this really emotionally and spiritually fulfilling to me? Is this connection worth it? And you might be saying, you know what? It's not. I'm going to leave it. But it's really, of course, always up to you. It's up to your own free will. But that's the feeling that I feel like that, you're getting a little bit of this time out. And that's leading to you feeling like, maybe I should stay. Maybe I should stay. Maybe I should go, In the outcome card, the future, the immediate, the immediate future is the Tower. So I do feel like something's going to be rearranged big time. I feel like the foundation is going to shift. Something is going to be changed in a major way. One of my favorite friends of my channel always says the Tower doesn't happen to you, it happens for you. So if the foundation in this relationship or connection is weak, if it is not meant to last the test of time, I think it will go away. That's what I really think, especially with Venus and Capricorn. It just, that is the way it is. These things do not stick around if they're not meant to. If it's meant to, it'll go through some challenges and it'll come through and it'll be all right. On top of that is the moon clarifying. So there is some confusion right now about this, no doubt. There's something that it's a little bit cloudy, but I think that things are going to get clearer in the future. Right now we're in a Mercury and Venus retrograde, so things are a little bit woo, a little bit, you know, they're confusing, right? And communication is definitely hampered. Communication is definitely challenged right now. So try your best to relax, all right? Let's get into a little bit of advice for you on how to handle this energy. All right. I would put all of my energy into yourself. I think that you should focus on what keeps you grounded, balanced, stable, and happy. I think you should focus on the people that are very loyal and really have your back in life. If this person doesn't really, or you're not sure if they do, I would keep them on the back burner. I really would, because the Ten of Pentacles is such a beautiful, positive card. You have a lot of good in your life. And if you don't feel like you have a lot of good in your life, there's good coming with that card. That's a beautiful, ultimate fulfillment kind of energy. And it does have, you know, you see him sitting there with the dog. It's a loyalty card. You know, it's long-lasting relationships that are going to stand the test of time. And you may be waiting for that to come in. Look at that with the Three of Wands, right? It's like, wait for your ships to come in. You don't need to go chasing anybody. Let them come to you. Let them come to you. Don't worry about this person. I know that's easier said than done, but the more that you take back your power, the more that you focus on living a good life and being happy within yourself, the better you're going to feel, and the more they're going to get curious and go, you know, I wonder what they're up to. I wonder what kind of fun they're having without me. Let's get an outcome or a potential outcome. Keep in mind, y'all, you know, these cards are fluid. They show us where we are on our current trajectory, and we always have the option to change that if we don't like what the cards are saying. That's always the tarot, you know, people get stuck on it thinking it's bound and set in stone. It is not. It's as fluid as our choices can be. Potential outcome, Six of Pentacles. This is all about balance, equal reciprocity, and give and take. So I think that ultimately what you're going to do is you're going to choose what feels the most balanced. If you're putting in all the work in this relationship, connection, friendship, etc., you're going to rethink this and go, you know what? What am I getting? What am I receiving from this? And if you're not receiving anything good, or you're putting in all your effort and they're not putting in even half that much, you got to think about it. You want something that has reciprocity, that has something that feels very balanced and harmonious. Yes, Queen of Wands, and there you are at the end, your own screen name with the Queen in it. There you are. Queen of Wands is Leo energy. It's very solar. It's very optimistic, bright, happy. So I really feel like you're going to choose yourself. Choose your awesome self. You have a lot of gifts to give. You have a lot of magic at your disposal. This is a very sexy, passionate, fun energy, and you don't have to be treated poorly. That's, oof, and look what's on the bottom, the sun, and the other Leo power card. I don't know if you are a Leo or a fire sign, but this feels very, very positive coming out. So at the bottom, we have the Six of Wands. This is victory, success, recognized achievements. So I really feel like, you know, no matter how this goes down with the person, I think that you're going to come out here very strong, because I feel like you're going to choose self-love, self-worth. It'll be a good thing. It'll be a good thing. But I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Let us know how it turns out, Queen. Let us know. All right, guys. Looks like we had a fruity fruitcake in the chat there for a second. What was that one? Somebody came and we had a troll. Trolls are fun. They come in all different colors and flavors. All right, so let's see what folks were saying. Ocean is here. Hey, Ocean Garnet. Hey again, Nancy. Hey there, Shanta. Thank you for the happy birthday. Hey there, David. Hey, Goaties. Good to see you. So, Nancy, I think we've got you up next. Yeah, we got you up next, Nancy. General read. All right, 2 already? Oh my goodness. Oh, I did, sorry, bud, you can't cast me out. I live here. They try to kick me out, but I live here. Hey, Joey, good to see you. Birthday was good, really good. I cooked a shrimp etouffee, my Cajun food. It was absolutely delicious. It's probably the best one I've ever cooked. Oh, I added a little white wine to the sauce this time, which I'd never done before. And it just, you know how wine sauces, it's like it can just elevate the flavor a little bit, and it did. Not only did it make the flavor even better, it made the texture, like the sauce, just really velvety, and oh, it was good. And then me and my friend Natrina, we ate the food. She brought desserts over, and we had those. And then we had a movie night. We watched the Disney Encanto. If you haven't watched that, it is absolutely awesome. I highly, highly recommend it. I had seen it once before. She had not seen it, but oh, it's amazing. And the guy, Lin-Manuel Miranda, that did the music for Hamilton and Frozen, a whole lot of, he's just an incredible, prolific writer. He's a Capricorn, of course, January 16th. And he wrote the music for Encanto, and you can tell it's totally his style. I was like, oh, some of these could have been from Hamilton, the beats and the way that it's done. It's really, really good. So, and we also watched, what was the other thing we watched was Tick, Tick, Boom. It's really good. That's on Netflix, and it is a musical based on the life of Jonathan Larson, who wrote the Broadway play Rent. If you haven't seen Rent, I really recommend it. It's an amazing musical from the 90s, and very, very excellent, just excellent stuff. And the guy that wrote it, Jonathan Larson, he died at the age of 35 from a sudden heart attack brought on by Marfan syndrome. And it happened very unexpectedly the night before Rent officially opened. So it was just insane. Like, the story of his life was just pretty unbelievable. But he was an Aquarius. Good thing to watch during Aquarius season. He really, really was an Aquarius. Very independent, did his own thing. So yeah, both of those were great. So we had a good time. We had a really good time. I've not been well, and I think you guys know that. Like, I've really been going through some stuff. I think I've had sinus stuff, allergy stuff that's been really chronic. I think I know I don't want to freak anyone out, but I think I might actually have an ulcer. Some of the symptoms I've been having are very similar to what happens when you have that. And it's a little scary. It's like that. It's a really specific pain. It comes and goes, and I don't like it. So I'm going to be calling my doctor tomorrow, because it's really been, I wanted to get on here yesterday, and I just couldn't, because I was having too much pain and nausea. I had to lay down. So yeah, that's been happening. So yeah, I've got some stuff going on. Yeah. Yes, we did have a cake, Nancy. I had tiramisu. She brought me a tiramisu. So Nancy, let's pull you a general read for the week ahead. Let's see what we got here, what cards I've got. Yeah, it could be. And the reason that I also think it could be possibly an ulcer or an ulcer in the making is because I do have chronic pain. I was in a car accident when I was 19 that gave me whiplash and nerve damage in my neck. So I always, like, I have pain every day. Like, it's just a fact of my existence. And so I usually do take once a day, I'll take either an aspirin or an Advil. And I don't, obviously, taking that once a day is not to excess, but those kind of painkillers can irritate the stomach lining over time. And yeah, so I'm really, it's tough because I'm gonna have to do my best to manage this pain in other ways, like with massage or, you know, pain-killing creams on the external. Tylenol doesn't irritate it, but it's a little harder on your liver. No, milk is bad, actually. That's an old-fashioned thought that milk helps an ulcer. It doesn't. Milk is actually worse because it creates more mucus and it makes your stomach lining even angrier. Yeah, that's a very Virgo-y thing. Yeah, you can try it. It really depends on what the situation is, which I don't know yet. I've got to talk to the doctor because, you know, I don't like to overly self-diagnose, so I'm not real sure yet. It may not be what I think it is, but that's what it feels like when I, you know, think about my daily habits and I think about, you know, I eat really well. But that doesn't always matter if you're just sensitive to something, right? Yeah, aloe. Oh, that's a good point. Yes, aloe is very, very good for you. That is very healing. I could get that. Yes, aloe juice. Yeah, there's different things that are actually, like, oatmeal is very good. I just had a bowl of that today. You know, it's just there's certain things that are very calming to the system. And eating small meals, which, you know, I don't overeat at my meals, so maintaining these bodies, guys. Maintaining this body. It's the way it works. I told my friends today, I said, I'm just like, I'm tired of this. I think I want to go incorporeal. I don't want to have to take care of this body anymore. I'm tired of it. It's a lot of work. Taking care of bodies is a lot of work. You got to clean them, you got to feed them, you know, all these things you got to do. And the older you get, the more stuff comes up. It's like, what? Ah! Yeah, Raven, I have to see specialist. Yeah. So it is what it is. Yeah. Yeah, massage is the best. Unfortunately, the lady that I like the best that I know that's a massage therapist and chiropractor, she's kind of far away. Because she is just so good, Dr. Alyssa. She's incredible. Yeah. Yeah. But I'm feeling okay today. Like I said, the pain kind of comes and goes. Yesterday, it got bad for a couple hours. Today I feel all right. So, you know, it's just, it's hard to say what it is. Yeah. All right, Nancy, let's see what we have for you this week, hon. Dear Spirit, dear angels, guardians, guides, and friends, please let's see what we have going on for Nancy Riker in the chat for this week ahead. Any messages or themes or energies that you'd like to share with us for her, please? Ooh, that's very nice. The Miracles card came up, so I think this is always a good sign that you should be watching for things like opportunities coming your way, right? Once in a lifetime chances, doors opening up, second chances coming through. You know, we have this rainbow coming up twice. I can't help but laugh a little bit on that one because I don't know if you've ever seen the double rainbow guy. Just look it up on YouTube. You'll see it. It's this guy. And there's a double rainbow in this guy. And he's just super excited and happy about it. He's like, double rainbow. He's just like all excited. He's like, wow, look at that. He's just going on and on about it. So I have to crack up a little bit on that. But it might be a little of that joy, you know, some of that unbridled enthusiasm that kind of comes through this week. You might just have something come into your life that makes you feel happy like that, you know. Can't argue with it. It's, you know. Let's see what we have. Let me grab a numerology card for you. Let's see what your number of the week is. Let's get a number of the week, please, for Nancy. I like that too. Look at this, domestic harmony. That feels so good. We've got the 4 and we've got the 6. The 4 is that home number and the 6 is that relationship number, right? Yeah. Oh, unfortunately, Marie, I think willow bark would be not so good for me because that's aspirin. That is what aspirin is made from. And aspirin, I love it. I love aspirin, but it doesn't love your stomach lining if you take it regularly, unfortunately. They do make, I think they make something called buffered aspirin, which is made to be not quite so rough. But for now, I'm just going to try to avoid NSAIDs, and if I need it for, you know, anything, just take Tylenol. Yep. Managing pain. Yeah, I mean, like, Aleve is really harsh on your stomach, and I use that pretty hardcore when I have my periods. I know I'm getting into TMI, but honestly, it's the thing that works the best for cramps. Like, it helps so much, and I do not know what I'm going to do. Yeah. We will see. We will see. Gotta ask the doctor these questions. All right, Nancy, let's get into a gemstone and chakra for the week here. I like all these. These are so nice. These feel like real heart chakra, stabilizing kind of energy. The Unakite. I have a piece of Unakite. I love working with it. Live in the present. This is a heart chakra stone. This is a great stone for so many things. Yet again, it does bring harmony into your life. It does bring peace, calm, heals the inner child. It's a great stone to work with. You can get yourself a piece of it. It's very cheap too. It's inexpensive. It's not an expensive stone. And let's get you one card for Spirit Guide this week. And I have another person in the chat, Lady J. Can you tell me when I'll meet a great guy that wants a real commitment? All right, we'll try. I am working on one right now, and you are next. All right, Nancy, let's see what your spirit guide of the week will be. You know, I like this one. This is a higher ascended master, Commander Ashtar. Star seeds, space travel, galactic center, galactic guides. This is high vibrational. This is very crown chakra. He's also an ascended master that helps organize your other guides and guardians into what you need to be focused on and who needs to help you the most. So this is a very organizational entity, and very high vibration. You might feel like a lot of light code activations, if that makes sense to you. You may feel a higher connection to your star family. You might really get a lot out of just gazing at the night sky. So I like that. I like that one a lot. That's a really, really cool being to work with. Let's get a past, present, future layout on your tarot. Wow. It's very strong energy. So immediate past is the Tower. I feel like, you know, what's on the way out is a lot of like the chaos, but it's also a lot of that clearing energy that you've been doing. So it's kind of like if there's been a lot of ups and downs, if there's been chaotic energy, if there's been difficulty back and forth, this is what's kind of coming to an end. This is what's on the way out. It's sort of like you've rooted out a lot of the trouble. The things that need to be changed or worked on have really been made clear. So you're ready to lay that nice new foundation. right in the center of your energy this week is going to be the King of Cups. This is a really nice, stable energy. It's a very loyal energy. It can be a little moody, it can be a little emotional because it is our Cancer King. So it's kind of like you might be really working within yourself to balance your emotions, to balance your subconscious needs, wants, and desires. But it really is like, I'm only going to, you know, connect with people who are really for me, really have my back. It's the loyalty king, right? And making good choices about your emotions and emotional life. Into the future, we've got our 10 of Pentacles. So 10 of Pentacles, again, very strong loyalty. It's like this is where your heart is taking you. This is where your physical path is taking you to. Very strong Earth. Virgo card also includes Capricorn and Taurus, of course. But there's why he's sitting there with that dog. This is a card of loyalty, stability. I think a lot of us are going through this. I think we're all making these kind of choices to say, what's the best kind of people for me? What's the best kind of decisions? What's going to last the test of time? This Venus in retrograde in Capricorn is all about that. It's like rethinking things and going, okay, who can I trust? Who can I count on? Who has my back? Let's get you a suggested approach on this one. You might be thinking about investments too. Anything to do with finance, you know, can come up with that 10 of Pentacles, but it's such a good card. It's like, you know, that ultimate fulfillment. So something may be paying off for you. Something may be turning out really well. I think once we get through these retrogrades, this is going to be like, it's going to feel a lot better too. Yeah, I mean, look at this. Oh my goodness. Suggested approach is the 10 of Pentacles. So this again, it's like stay in a good high vibration. You've got the 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups, the best of the 10s. These are happiness. These are just a beautiful outcome. Emotional stability. You had that domestic harmony card. It's like, you know, things are just, yeah, they're feeling good. Yeah, and I do think, I mean, with that Tower card and with our 8 of Cups here, this is the potential outcome of the week. I think you're going to be leaving some things behind. Yeah, you got double rainbow. Actually, triple rainbow. Triple rainbow. On the bottom of the deck is the moon. I think that, you know, this is just, to me, a reminder. This is Pisces energy, and it is very much a reminder that we are in a retrograde season and things are a little bit, woo, they're a little bit misty. They're a little bit veiled, you know? But I think that honestly, like with this King of Cups, it's like you're making the best decisions possible for yourself on that emotional level. The King, the 10, and the 8. It's like if something isn't feeling right, if something's, you know, needs to be adjusted or changed, I think you'll leave it behind. You're just like, no, I don't need any drama. Oh my goodness. Let me get you an affirmation card. I've got this really great new deck of affirmations, and let me give you one of those to wrap your reading. There it is. There's the cycles of life. I love the dual dragons on this too. We are always becoming. Surrender to your changes, release your fear, and trust this powerful process. I like that. Yeah. And it's kind of interesting because, you know, the moon was in there. You think of moon cycles. There's that cycles, right? Things are cycling through, but I think there's a lot of good stuff coming in there too. It's some really, really good cards. If you get the 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups in a read, that's very nice. Always very nice. All right, so I think Lady J is up next. Let me get, she had a question about when she's going to meet somebody who is commitment-minded. Oh, that's always a question, isn't it? No, Paige, they are a $10 minimum donation, and you can do that either through my PayPal link in the description box or through the super chat. Joey Luna, favorite dragon element? Well, I am a fire dragon. That is my Chinese lunar year, so I do love the fire dragon, but I think the earth dragon is actually kind of the most grounded, stable dragon. So that's just my opinion on it. Because as fire dragons, you know, we can be kind of fiery sometimes. Moderating that fire is a little tough, but I am a Capricorn, very Capricorn, so I am earthy on that other side of things, so it helps. It helps me to not just blow up all the time, but if you push my buttons hard enough, you will see some fire. Ask the folks that have been here around for a while, they know. They know when I get pushed. They're like, okay, here she goes. All right, Lady J. Let's get some answers on this if possible for you. Dear angels, divine beings of light, guardians, ancestors, please help us to see what we can see about Lady J's question. You know, when is she looking at finding a good commitment type person? And what can she do to draw that in? That's a good question too. Wow. This is going to take some faith. This is going to take a little faith and trust, okay? There's some things in your life that need some peaceful resolution and some recovery. That's the first thing coming out here. You may have gone through quite a lot. You may have really gone through some betrayals, people breaking your trust, hurting you in some way, stabbing you in the back, not being what you thought they were. And you need some time for peace. You need some time for recovery to just come back to yourself and really feel your own self-worth again. Because boy, we all know what that's like in love or relationships, to trust the wrong person or give our, you know, heart to somebody that really doesn't have that same feeling about us. So yeah, we really do go through those things, y'all. We absolutely do. And Lady J, I think that's part of what this process is. The next card out is Ask Your Angels. So I do think that with this process, it's important to connect with the divine, talk to your guardian angels, whoever you feel connected with, and say, hey, I need a little help with this. I can't do it all by myself. Send me in the right direction. Send the right people into my life, the right person into my life. On the bottom of this, we've got If You Believe. So like I said, it takes some faith. It takes some trust, and it may take a little time. We have communicate clearly and listen to your intuition, okay? So it's important to speak what it is that you really want. Sometimes, you know, it's like write down the qualities, write down the things that you really want to attract in a partner. That's very important. And listen to your heart, listen to your gut. It almost never steers you wrong, you know. I would say that that's been very true for me. Whenever I listen to my heart, it usually turns out well. If I don't, it doesn't turn out quite so well. But we did have after that in the near future. So I'm hoping, you know, usually for me in the near future means 3 months or less, you know, but hopefully it'll be like that for you too. But I think that if you start, you know, recalibrating yourself, I think you've been through a lot. That's what I get a feeling about here. You've been through some things, and it's important to give yourself a little time out, because whenever we're emotionally beat up, you know, it's really easy to just want to jump right back into another relationship immediately, but sometimes that can be like a frying pan fire situation. Not necessarily that the relationship could be bad that we go into, but we haven't given ourselves enough time to just get back to our center again and really feel who we are and what we are, you know. And especially if you're real intuitive, I know I am, a lot of folks that come into this channel are, you especially need that time, because sometimes when you're around other people, especially if it's a toxic environment, you might really be soaking up their vibes, and you're kind of confused about where their feelings and and yours begin, right? It's like it gets that way. So time to yourself is very important right now, Lady J. But these are all good cards coming out. Let's get you a little bit of tarot on this. Let's do a past, present, future spread. And we're just going to get a little extra advice on what may be coming your way and how best to kind of, you know, make yourself available to raise your vibration so that you attract something good, not just another, you know, another crappy person with a different face, right? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, there's some real changing of habits that has to happen here. That is something I'm really picking up on. The immediate past, there's our Chariot card, the Cancer card, you know, Cancer sign is associated with this card. This is a lot of movement, a lot of learning from the past. It can also say that there's been some nostalgic stuff, some sentimental, you know, issues that you've had to work through. To me, though, this is also a card of emotional healing. You've needed to be doing this, or you need to be doing this. Look at the, you know, the healing symbol of the caduceus he's holding in his hand. You know, this is all about balancing your inner emotions and intensities. And the Queen of Swords. So, yeah, I mean, you have been cutting some negative people and toxicity out of your life. That's a big part of it. And I think you've probably been recognizing where things need to be brought back into balance. And if you've had people that have been causing you no end of drama, chaos, heartache, difficulty, it's like that Queen of Swords, she's a Libra queen, and she will take that sword and just cut those difficult people right out of her life. So it's really powerful. Here we go, right in the center. Present energy is the Two of Pentacles. So I do feel like this is really reminding you it's a time to come back to balance. This is a Capricorn card as well. So, you know, you've got some Cancer energy, some Capricorn energy. These are the two equal opposites, right? And so you may be really working to balance with, you know, your career life, but also your personal and home life. This is also reminding you to not be afraid of being happy, right? Because the Two of Pentacles many times indicates we've been working too hard, been too harsh on ourselves, and we just need to focus on being happier, being more joyful. Knight of Cups, move it forward emotionally. This is our little water knight, right? Very strong Pisces energy on this card. So this also leads me into that feeling of like in a couple months, maybe in Pisces season, you know, you might start meeting somebody, because this is, you know, the Knight of Cups is that love offer. It's, you know, giving or receiving a love offer. This can be like, let's go on a date, let's talk, let's connect. That can be a really good time for that. But of course, you know, with the Knight of Cups, that's a little bit mystical sometimes because he has a Pisces energy. So it's important to get to know somebody slowly but surely to make sure that they're a good person through and through. Immediate future is the Devil card. So this is why I said there's some breaking of bad habits here, right? And this, of course, can come from pain. This can come from old emotional pain that you've gone through in the past. This could be something where you need to break an old habit and set yourself free. Capricorn energy on the Devil card. Sometimes, again, you might be a bit of a workaholic. You might put quite a lot into your work or into your, you know, passions or pursuits or ambitions. And sometimes, you know, putting it all there doesn't leave you open enough for emotional or spiritual time and energy in your life. So let's get a clarifier on this old devil. Because usually this is about breaking free from something that's been painful, difficult. Yeah, you need more time to enjoy your life. Look at that with the Three of Cups. Hanging out with your friends, which, you know, is not the easiest right now in all places, right? Because, yeah, we are still dealing with a pandemic. We are still dealing with a lot of social restrictions and constraints. And so this is something, too, that may be part of what's holding you back, right? Because the Devil can be that constriction, feeling trapped, feeling stuck at the house, could be that, and being like, Darren, I really just want to go out with my friends and have a good time, right? And that's kind of what it takes sometimes to get you back in that cycle of socializing and connecting. Let's get a suggested approach on this. Yep. Queen of Wands, she has been coming out for people with relationship questions, and I think that this is really telling. It's like, this is the love yourself card. This is the, you know, value who you are, look at your self-worth, lift up your vibration. She's a Leo queen. She's very magical, very warm, very generous, and very loving. And so you have these qualities, and it's reminding you that, you know, those have value, those have worth. Don't just give them away to just anybody. Hold out for someone who's going to treat you like the queen that you are. That's always Queen of Wands. Yes, in a love situation. Oh my goodness, with the lovers here. I love it. Okay, yeah. And definitely get to know people before you really commit, right? You got to get to know them first, because that'll save you a lot of heartache down the road. The Lover's card is Gemini energy. It is about communication. It's about talking to people and really connecting and making those kind of decisions from the heart. Whew. But I like that the Lovers is in there. If you're looking for love or looking to meet somebody good, that's a great card to come up in a read. And definitely, you know, don't be afraid to talk to folks. Don't be afraid to set up dates or internet dates or whatever it is to meet people. That is important. Let's get a potential outcome on this. Take a little break. Don't work yourself too hard, right? You know, you had that Devil card, you had that Two of Pentacles. Those can both be cards that lend to being overworked or feeling really exhausted. So I think, you know, the best outcome is to pace yourself. The best way to handle this, you know, in the next couple months especially, is to pace yourself. Yeah. The Four of Swords is all about taking a little break out, you know, taking some time to get more sleep, to meditate, to relax, you know, especially if you've been working yourself hard or your mind's been going and going. It's time for a little R&R on that card. And the Ace of Cups, yes, because you've got to replenish. You have got to replenish and heal. And I think that when you take that time out to rest and regroup, Spirit like helps you out big time here, because this is the hand of Spirit coming in and granting you an emotional or spiritual gift. Sometimes both, which is always nice. You might have a lot of choices in the future here with the Seven of Cups, and you might be a little confused about who to choose. That's a possibility. And again, you know, you do need to take time out. You do. The Nine of Wands is definitely like tired, been fighting a hard battle. Need a little rest. Need a little rest. Let's get you a affirmation on this Lady J. Woo, that one wanted to pop right out. There it is. Oh, I like that card. Yeah, I like this. I like this a lot. Clarity and anticipation are the two cards that came out. So banish the fog of illusion. Open your eyes to the truth. Remember the perfection of who you are. I think it's very important to remember how good you are. That's why that Queen of Wands is coming through there. And then anticipation, okay? Something wonderful is happening, change is in the air. Open yourself to the blessings on their way. This feels very positive. It does. And I feel like, you know, if you put a lot of good power and energy into yourself, and you refuse to deal with people that are not, you know, committed, that are not serious, it changes the whole vibration. Yeah, it does. Players need not apply. I'm a Capricorn, and so looking for love is like, you know, it's like applying for a job. It's like, here, fill out this application, I'll get back to you. Yep. Hey there, Rising Storm. Good to see you. Thanks so much for being part of the chat, Joey. We love it when it's busy and people are talking. We enjoy it. No worries. Let's see. I think Marie was next. I think Maria's next. I'm going back. There she is. General read for week. All right, Marie. You're in the hot seat. We got you. Okay, then Rising Storm. Okay. Yay, we got some folks coming in. All right. Okay, Marie. So let's see what we have for Marie Henson. Just gotta lean back. My back has been giving me all kinds of fun. I really need to put a pillow behind my back. That's what I need to do. Actually, let me go do that real quick. I'll be right back. I'm gonna get a pillow. Yay, pillow. There he is. Oh, that's going to be so much better now. Oh, yeah. Oh, huh. That's a good feel. All right. All right, Marie. Dear angels, dear beings of light, guardians and ancestors, what do we have for Miss Marie Henson in the chat today? Let's see what we have got coming through for her for this week ahead. Anything that she needs to know for her highest and best good, please. Yay, I like that. Keyword is delight. So I think delight is there. And because we've got that little bird sitting in the grass, all the little, butterflies and little flowers and the tiny blades of grass, I think this is a week of delighting in the small things. And the more that you focus on those, the bigger they get. I really love that card. The artwork and the colors, it's so beautiful. So yeah, the more that you can enjoy each moment this week, wow, the better. Let's get into your tarot. So we have past, present, future for Marie, please, Spirit. Ooh. Getting this moon card a lot today, y'all. Getting this moon card a lot. Oh my goodness. Immediate past, 10 of Wands here, Marie. So I feel like this is a week where you're putting down a lot of old burdens, a lot of old issues, a lot of old crap. Or you already have. Or you already have. You may have done this over the last couple weeks or the last month or two where you've really set down some heavy burdens or completed a cycle that was really difficult, really challenging, something really heavy on your mind. Wow, King of Cups keeps coming into our readings tonight too. He is really coming through. This could have been a big decision. Some kind of an emotional big decision or something that had just been weighing on your heart really heavy. Some big choices. Yeah. Yeah. This also feels like potential responsibilities to something home or family related that have been very heavy or become very burdensome going on. Yeah. But I love what's coming up right in the present energy of this week is the Six of Wands. This is success, victory, recognized achievements, finally feeling like you're seeing clear to the heart of the matter, feeling like you're overcoming those heavy, burdens or difficulties. So that's a great thing. That's a really great thing. Wonderful card. And the Knight of Swords. So there again, this is a lot of mental clarity. This is a lot on your mind. This is a lot you're thinking about, a lot to say, a lot of cutting through confusion. Not always the easiest right now because we do have Mercury in retrograde, right? But you have a lot to say. You might be feeling a little nervous, but it's also kind of exciting. Like, I have a lot to say, and it's like I'm kind of, wired up about it, but I'm going to put it out there. We're in Aquarius season now, so yeah. Potential outcome card is the moon, right, this week. And this is why I say there can still be confusion. There still can be cloudiness, even though I think you're really very focused on gaining clarity and communicating in a clear way. It's important to just know that until February 3rd, and even a little bit after that, because it will take a couple weeks for Mercury to go back through its shadow point, we will be dealing with some of that misty kind of cloudy moon confusion that can come up. So, you know, if it's something important, double check your work, all that kind of thing is important. It's Pisces energy, it's misty, it's cloudy, right? I've definitely been more in like a hibernation kind of mode. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, Marie, there you go. That's it. You gotta address it. I think it'll turn out okay though. With the victory card, I think it'll turn out okay. You also have the Emperor, so there's your feistiness coming out. You'll put your foot down. You'll take charge of the situation. Yeah. Yeah, that's lousy though. Oh, Capricorn me would be so mad. Don't mess with a goat's money like that. No. Let's get a suggested approach, dare I ask. What's the best approach for Marie this week, guys? Yes, this is kind of going back and doing that double check. Look at that Six of Cups. This is the nostalgia card. This card literally deals with elements and subjects of the past. You might be reviewing a whole lot, whether it's emotional, spiritual. There is a definite, like, I don't know if you have had any, like, friends or old flames coming back, but that could be happening too, and you may have to work through that. But this is definitely managing something that happened in the past. And it is about some money. Oh, no. Yeah. Yes, it is bad there right now. Five of Pentacles on top of this. So yeah, you're feeling really kind of annoyed about this, and you're having to handle this money issue. So that's definitely just, you know, just do the due diligence, make the calls, do what you need to do to back up your claim and things like that, because yeah, you're definitely feeling that, like, kind of irritated, out in the cold, got taken advantage of sort of feeling. Yeah, I'd be real careful about travel right now. My feeling is just intuitively that March is going to get a lot better. But this month and next are just like, hang in there, hibernate it out, wear your bathrobe like I am. You know, just relax, hunker down as much as possible. Do whatever you can to just be happy where you are right now. It'll be okay. It's, you know, it's going to take time. It's going to take time for things to calm down a bit more. All right, let's get a potential outcome on this for Marie, please. I think it's going to turn out fine, Marie. Look at this. We got the Star card at the end of this read. It's very nice. The next card out would have been your Eight of Wands, too. So I do think there's going to be movement, light at the end of the tunnel, hopes and dreams being restored. And we are in Aquarius season, you know, and the Star is an Aquarius card, so it's extra blessed, in my opinion. Yeah, because you've had it. Clarified by the Four of Cups. You're like, I'm sick of waiting around for things to happen. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let's get you an affirmation on this. Affirmation, please, for Marie. Focus on your happiness. I know it's easier said than done sometimes, but that is very important this week. Staying in a high vibration. Immense delight can be found. Look at that. Same keyword, delight and delight. In the smallest of things, cultivate fluttering moments of joy. Oh my goodness. Back-to-back message there for you this week, Marie. Like I said at the beginning, it's this enjoyment of small things. And the message is there again in this happiness card. Look at that. Yeah, you might want to do some bird watching this week too, no doubt. You got birds back to back there, little birds. Yeah. Make time to smell the metaphorical roses kind of feeling. You know, it's like there could be some things that are really driving you crazy. I know how that is. I know how that is when it's like you're having a tough time at work or something's up and down. And it's just really frustrating. And it's like you need those little happy things, those little happy moments to, you know, just break yourself out of that. Okay, that's the funniest question I think I've ever seen. Or one of them. Is tarot card things real? Does it work on hillbillies? Yeah, please do time him out. But that was a funny... Oh, that's so funny. I need to have a hillbilly tarot card deck now. I mean, that's, you know, somebody needs to make that. There it is, Nancy. Take delight and joy and laughter in small, funny things. I was going to say, Gwen, I got some hillbillies in my background. So I would say yes, too. Yes, it does. See, my dad, oh my God, my dad was an old timer. And he was born in Tennessee. That's where he was originally from. Like, you know, Dolly Parton. It's not very different. He had a little bit of that accent, you know. And he said that when he was a kid, you could literally, like at night, he said you would hear all this clattering and noise and rumbling, like just coming down out of the hills because that was the moonshiners. The moonshiners were like, you know, closing down, and they would literally pack everything up and be rattling and rumbling down through the hills because they didn't want anybody to catch them. So there you go. I got some hillbillies in my family. And I'm born on the same day as Dolly Parton. That definitely counts. Me and Dolly Parton were both born on January 19th. So there you go. Are you serious, Gwen? There's a hillbillytarot.com. Really? That is too much. I'm loving it. Who knew? The trolls have some good funnies. They do. They're hilarious. They're hilarious. We've been having a lot of them tonight, too, which is good. I do not mind it. Right? Exactly, Gwen. Oh, yeah. We got some of those in my family. Oh, yeah. I'm definitely going to check that out, Nancy. We're going to feature that. We're going to do us a hillbilly reading. We're going to do it. That reminds me of a message that I got once on my phone. When I had a regular phone line and I was working at a New Age bookstore doing readings and classes there. I was doing astrology classes at this place. And so I wrote articles every month for them and also for a local magazine. And so I put my contact info. And people would occasionally call for a reading or something. And the funniest message that I ever got, keep in mind, I am in Georgia, folks. Keep in mind. And this guy called me up and left this message. I never heard from him again, but it was just, I don't know if it was like a prank call or if it was for real, but he was like, hi there, I need some help with my wife. She likes to drink Jack Daniels whiskey and do crack cocaine. And she's a Pisces, and I'm a Leo. He said it just like that. I wish I still had that message. I laughed so hard over that. Every time I was feeling a little down, I'd turn that on and just crack up. She's a Pisces, and I'm a Leo. He's a quarter hillbilly. There was an old columnist in Atlanta that used to say that he came from a long line of used car dealers and horse thieves. Yeah, I think a lot of us can relate to that. That's too funny. All right, I think we have Rising Storm Tarot. I think she's next on our list for personal question. If she's in the chat, we are ready for you, hun. And I think after her is Shanta. So I'm just trying to make sure I don't have a physical list in front of me. I did not write them down tonight. So thankfully it's been kind of keeping up. Chris the Capricorn. No communication at time. Yeah, Capricorns, we get real icy. We get, and not only that. Oh yeah, Rising Storm. That was hilarious. This stuff was hilarious. Let's see what we've got. Yeah, Capricorns, we're a real weird group. We are. And I tell you, sometimes if you don't hear from your Capricorn, a lot of times it is because they're working too hard. I hate to say that about ourselves, but we are such little workaholics. Sometimes it has a lot to do with that. And if we feel emotionally overwhelmed or something is just really challenging, like we'll just like step out. And it's not that we don't care. It's not that we're not thinking about you. We're a very loyal sign, but it's like we're so much better at the practical stuff of life that we don't always know what to do with it when things are really challenging. Got a girlfriend that I didn't know, and she blocked me since last March. So is he still like involved with this person, or you're not really sure? Yeah, we do work too much sometimes, Ocean. It's just kind of it. Gwen's making me think of the coal miner's daughter. I was a coal miner's daughter. Well, that's Loretta Lynn, wasn't it? Yeah, okay, you don't know yet. So let's just ask the question. Let's just throw it out there, Rising, and see. And what's your sun sign? What's your astrology? That might, I'm an astrologer, so that's always going to give me extra info. And we just went through Capricorn season, and I will say Capricorns are kind of getting hammered right now. I mean, we just are. It's Venus retrograde in our sign. Pluto traveling along with our sign during that. Oh, yeah. Woo! Libra. That's tough. Now, I will tell you, my best friends are Libras, but when it comes to a love connection with a Libra, that's a really hard match for Capricorn. And the reason is because it's so squared to each other. It is that 90-degree angle. The two most challenging signs for Libra are usually Capricorn and Cancer, sometimes Aries, right? Those are the ones that make the most direct challenge to your sign. And the reason for that, like, I love my Libra friends. They are my best friends in the world. But they're all about relationship. They're all about relating. They're all about that connection. Capricorn isn't always so much about that. They're real loners. That's the biggest difference I always notice between my Libras and the Capricorn energies. Capricorns are fine to be alone. They're just like, I do my own thing. I don't need anybody. I'm cool. They have a hard time trusting. Libra is not that way. Libra loves to be social. They love to be plugged in. They want a partnership, and they like to have an equal balance. And when they don't have that, they're not happy. They're not happy. When their scales are tussled, they're just like, that's when the sword comes out. Because Libra holds the scales of justice in one hand and the sword in the other hand. If the scales don't work, they will slice you a little bit. So I'm going to use first my Angel Answers Oracle. Sometimes these are very concise and clear, and sometimes they can just give like some real yes and no answers. And then we'll do some tarot too, to kind of dig into this a little bit. All right, so let's see what we have for Chris the Capricorn. What is going on with him? Is he going to talk to Miss Libra? Is he going to reach out of his goat shell? Goats are so crunchy. Okay, that's pretty clear. No, he's not going to without like being really prodded. Remain positive. ask for help from others. And no, you know, Capricorns love the freaking word no. It's just the way we are. They love to say no. I think it goes back. Linda Goodman, famous astrology writer, used to say Capricorns love the word no because it rhymes with dough, and yes rhymes with less. So, you know, that may be part of it. You know, they do. They like to say no a lot. But that's why I'd say, like, it's not going to come from him. If you want to talk to him again, you're going to have to be the one that makes the moves. Yeah. It's not going to come from him. Because they're just too, yeah, yeah, exactly. And you already know, like, you already know. Meditation brings answers. And here we got, you know, in the near future, communicate clearly. You know, it's like, say what you want to say. Because I think that you just need some closure with this. But, you know, look at that, what comes out right after it. There's something better. Yeah. So it's just, you know, I think you may already kind of know that there's something better. This guy is kind of rigid, kind of closed up. That's just the feeling that I'm getting off of this. Let me get just like one keyword about this connection. Let me see what we've got in here too. Yeah, that's the issue right here. It's openness. Are they open or are they closed? Right? And that's really, I mean, that's what it's all about. It's about openness and open-mindedness. And I tell you, I will also say there's a big difference between a Capricorn woman and a Capricorn man. I was married to a Capricorn man, and let me tell you, big difference. I would say he was way more closed down, way more introverted. I was like a social butterfly compared to this guy, and I'm pretty lonery myself as a goat. But Capricorn men, and I've known a lot of them, you know, in all kinds of configurations, family, friends. They're different. I'd say I like Capricorn women better. I will say. They tend to be a little bit more open. The Capricorn men are super like stoic and stony, and like even the more emotional ones, even the more intuitive ones, they're so reticent. They're so reticent to like let anybody into their darn chamber of silence. It's just like, what the heck? And yeah, they do work a lot. They're very focused on that. But darn. Okay, let's get some tarot on this. Please, for Rising Storm, let's see what we have for her and this Capricorn situation. Please show us anything she needs to know. Past, present, future. Best suggested approach and outcome, please. Ooh! Yeah, you might be ready to kind of throw a few lightning bolts at him. I do get that feeling. So immediate past, Wheel of Fortune. I do think that you are kind of, you know, like you're opening up to new potentials, new possibilities. Right now, you know, this has not been an easy season, you know, for Libra. It hasn't been. Y'all have been going through a lot. You've been going through a lot, and that's a lot from that Capricorn pressure. It is. And I feel like for a lot of you, I love this vice versa tarot, gives us two sides to each one. But I do feel like, you know, with the Wheel of Fortune, this is expansion coming out of stagnancy. Again, opening yourself up, not being limited in your worldview of what's possible. It's also a lot of blessings coming through with Jupiter energy, right? Beautiful thing for my Libras, make a big note for that, especially for my Libra singles, is that, you know, Jupiter this year will be moving into the sign of Aries in the middle of the year. Aries is your universal house of relationships. It's going to activate that quite a bit. It's going to bring a lot more love and potential and, you know, opportunities your way. But I do feel like you've already been, yeah. I mean, you're already in that place of moving beyond the drama, the heartache, the betrayal, whatever, nonsense was going on with the Six of Swords. It's like there's that openness. I mean, both of these cards are traveling cards. These are cards of movement. Jupiter is about travel. Six of Swords is definitely about travel. Doesn't mean it didn't hurt, but there's better things ahead. It's like there's better opportunities over there. Let's get in the boat and leave. Let's go find them. Yeah. Right in the center. Yes, the Tower card. That's why I said you might be throwing some fireballs and lightning bolts at this guy. And I think that's about and the only thing that would move him because, Capricorns, once they're kind of like lodged, it's like you can push that goat, you can shove that goat. Once they're dug in, they're dug in. You're moving forward. Yeah, because you just don't have a choice. I've been in positions like that before. It's not fun. It's not fun. It hurts a lot when you have to really give yourself that closure and they just won't talk to you. Oh, it's the worst. I feel for that. Yeah, look at that. We talked about the Aries energy. Both of these are the Aries cards in your present energy. These are both the Aries power cards in the major arcana because the Tower is ruled by Mars. Mars is the ruler of Aries, which is the Emperor. So I feel like there's a part of you that's kind of angry. You might feel really angry, actually. You might feel really just like, damn it, what the heck? Just really like, that's not cool. That's not fair. The Libra war cries, that's not fair. And, people always tell us, oh, life's not fair. Libra's like, but it should be. Can we bring a little balance into this? You might take a little initiative and just kind of, blam! You might do it. You might do it just to give yourself that peace and that closure because Aries energy is not about holding the grudge. It's about just burning through it. It's self-righteous indignation. Maya Angelou, one of my favorite people, she was an Aries. And I love what she said is that, resentment's not good, right? That just eats you up inside. But true righteous anger, it burns it all clean. And so sometimes it is important for us to just get it out there and just let it be and walk away. It's sometimes important. Yeah. Well, she might be, she's obviously like the guy's not being very upfront with anybody, it sounds like to me. To me, that always is funny. Like if two girls find out that like the guy is kind of two-timing them both and then they get mad at each other. I'm like, why are you getting mad at each other? Get mad at the guy. He's the one screwing around with both of you. I feel like if I was ever in that situation, I'd be like, let's join forces and kick his ass. Like, that's how I'd feel. I'd feel like I wouldn't be mad at the girl. I'd be mad at the dude. He's the liar. I've never understood that. Never understood that. And a cheating guy is not worth holding on to. I don't care what he's looking like or doing. Outcome card. Well, not outcome. We're going to get to the outcome. But this is a future. Immediate future card is that Three of Cups. This is having fun, hanging out with your friends, enjoying life, feeling a lot more relaxed. Good things coming your way. Something to celebrate. I think things are going to turn out fine, but I think that this is what I'm just sensing is this is almost like you've just had to really come to complete grips with this because you probably truly cared about this person, right? It's where it comes from, is from our love and from our care, and you just weren't treated right. And it's like you've just got to get that out. And once you get it out, I think you're going to be totally fine. You're going to move on. You're going to clean it out of your system. And you're going to be ready for something so much better. But I think time with your friends or time just to enjoy life again is really healing and very important. To just, step it out. Step it out of yourself. Because the Eight of Swords, it's time to unburden yourself. It's time to cut through the old bondage, the old ties, the old limitations. Eight of Swords is also that like mental mind wheel that just we tell ourselves we're not good enough. don't ever get into that. You might be even have said, you know, what do they have that I don't, or what, you know, that kind of stuff. It's like that's where you want to get out of, because the Eight of Swords is all those nasty things we can tend to tell ourselves. Why am I suddenly craving fish sticks? What is that? All of a sudden, I'm like, I want some crunchy fish. I don't know if that has anything to do with anything, but hey, all of a sudden, I'm like, all right, let us get a suggested approach. What's the best way to deal with this? Yeah, there you go. Honor your emotional boundaries. Queen of Cups, the Scorpio Queen. Yeah. I was talking about a crunchy Capricorn. That's true, Silver Star. Good to see you, by the way. But yes, yeah, sometimes you just get those cravings. Like, I'm like, somebody's eating some crunchy fish. I don't know. But the Queen of Cups, suggested approach to me. That is, it's all, there you go, Gwen. That's right. Captain D's. That's what it is. It's that hillbilly fish stick dinner. Some hush puppies. Queen of Cups is about honoring those emotional boundaries, really caring for yourself inside and out. You know, she's the court card in the cups that has the lid, you know, over the cup to keep out the dust, the debris, the crappy people that aren't right for her. She's very magic, very intuitive, very emotional, very kind, compassionate, but I tell you, you know, she's very picky. She's very discerning too. And part of this whole process could really be that you're truly relearning or really embracing your personal boundaries here, really learning, you know, what to keep out and who to keep out. Because once she's committed, she's really committed. Right, there it is. There it is. Oh, the Two of Cups clarifying. Yeah, because once she's in, she's in. This is Cancer energy here. Yeah. I think this is really about having and establishing good emotional boundaries when it comes to your relationships. Oh yeah, Silver Star, that was a funny one. Let's get an outcome, please, for Rising. Let's see what comes out. Whew. Yeah, work in progress, which is totally fine here. Slow and steady wins the race. This is one day at a time with the Eight of Pentacles. And I feel like in a lot of ways you're learning something through this process that you may be implementing into what you teach to others. Because when you learn your own boundaries and you learn something big emotionally, it's easier to help somebody else who might be struggling with the same thing. Yeah, that's that student teacher energy there in that Eight of Pentacles. Also, you might just be really focused as well on your own work and your own things that you're doing, the things that really are fulfilling to you. And there's that darn moon card again. Yeah, we got that moon card is coming up on like literally every reading tonight. Pisces energy, because we are working. This is like literally like working through the confusion, working through the cloudiness, working through the things that have not been very easy to understand. You know, the moon does bring that connection with deception. The moon card always does, because it has to do with things that are hidden from us. So you're working through these things. But hang in there. Better things are on the way. Look at that with the Ten of Pentacles on the bottom. With the Three of Wands on the bottom of the other deck. You know, this is to me loyalty, long-lasting connections. There's that Three of Wands. Good things come to those who wait, right? That's waiting for your ships to come in. Let's get a affirmation on this for you. Oh, yeah. Look at that sacred space. There it is. Take time for the dreamer in you. Find your power and stillness, and your sacred space is the peace you seek. So yet again, I'm not getting that. Even if he is feeling anything at this time, I don't think he's open. That's the whole thing right here, is the openness, right? There is an openness thing. And I think that, it's up to you. You may feel like this is something that you want to address. It's not a bad time to do it. We're in a Mercury and Venus retrograde, right? It's not a wrong time to readdress something from the past like that if you need to. But if you do it for your own closure, not with any agenda, because, I think, this guy, you never know what you're dealing. I don't know how well you know him. You never know. You never know what you're dealing with that kind of thing, right? So, if you need to get, some kind of clarity, but just keep in mind he may not tell you very much, because of the openness issue. That's the thing. I don't think you'll hear from him by himself. It would be unusual. Oh, you've known him a long time then. Okay. Eventually he may come back around, but it's going to be some time. It's going to be some time, babe. Capricorn men are tough. They really are. Check back in with us, though. You never know. In a couple months, things might really shift up. Yeah. Yeah, we've had all kinds of trolls in here tonight. We had a religious troll. We've had some website trolls. And then we had a hillbilly troll. Am I forgetting any? But funny trolls are the best. The funny trolls are the best. Like that message cracked me up, and it gets us all laughing in here. We're still going to block them, but we'll laugh at their message. Does this tarot thing work? Does it work for hillbillies? Oh yeah, that was the religious one. Yeah, they thought they were casting something out, and I told them, you can't cast me out. I live here. Where are you going to cast me from? I don't know. The hillbilly troll, that was the funniest. Yeah, they were like, what is this tarot thing, and does it work for hillbillies? It's like, oh. Maybe, depends on how drunk you are. It was really funny. I think Shanta is next. I think she is my next in line. If she is here, still putting up with all of our shenanigans. Two questions. Business, money, outlook. Star in business. Mercury retrograde, bringing my ex into my energy. Look at that. She's got Chris the Cancer. Our reading before had Chris the Capricorn. Oh my goodness. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Gotcha. Let's do a full Celtic cross on this and see what shows up. Let's see what shows up in a full Celtic cross for you, because that will usually address things like that. All right, I'm going to start out with a keyword. Actually, we'll do two. Since you had two questions, we'll do two keywords. All right, dear angels, divine beings of light, guardians, ancestors. Let's see what we have for our fabulous friend Shanta. I hope she is doing well. Love her so much. She's a good friend to me and the channel. So let's see what we have for her in money, business, finance, and also in love, relationship connections. Let's see what comes up with this Cancer guy too, please. Whew. Okay. Keep it simple as much as possible. You know, simplicity is the thing that comes up. So don't overwhelm yourself. This is not a good time to overwhelm yourself with things because we are in retrogrades, and it really, you know, it's like piling things on doesn't help. It just complicates it. But there is also major transformation that's going on here. And I would say, since we asked about money and business first, I would say that that's where, you know, you really need to keep things as simple as possible. Don't take on too much. Don't bite off more than you can chew if possible. And I think that in the love situation is transformation. I think there's some big things that are changing. Yeah, some big things are changing and shifting there. So let's look at your tarot. Let's see what we got. What is going on for Shanta, guys? Let's knock these out. Let's see what we have, please. Let's start out with past, present, future. Yeah, there it is. Right in the center, too. Yeah, that came out real quick. All right, so right in the center of the Celtic cross, we've got the Six of Cups as a Cancer card. It's a card of nostalgia, card of lovers coming back around. There it is. So yeah, most definitely that's actually more the primary focus at the time, even more than work, even more. It's like that's, you know, it's like, oh, hi there. It's been a minute. Here I am, back again. Yeah. Because the Six of Cups is, you know, it's a unique card. It's the card that really deals with the past. There's not very many cards really, or really any so much, that deal with the past. The Six of Cups is definitely those elements of the past coming back around, especially when it comes to, you know, old love, old friends, old family things, you know. And you're in a Queen of Swords kind of mood. You're in a Queen of Swords kind of mood, I tell you what. Yeah, that's what's got you all up in your head. It's like, really, you're back? What do you want? Are you just going to bring drama, chaos, and difficulty to my life? Or are you just going to pull on my heartstrings and mess around with my head? Right? Queen of Swords is a tough customer. She doesn't play. She doesn't play. And if somebody's not coming in right, it's like, no, you can't come in at all, because she will take that sword out and just, you know, slice you up. Yeah, she set boundaries, and now they're coming out of the woodwork. That's always what happens when you take your power back, every freaking time. They know it when you've done it, even if they don't know it. They feel it. They know there's a door there. Get out the Ginsu knife set. Remember that? Those commercials, the Ginsu knives. In the immediate past, we do have the Eight of Wands. So to me, there has been a lot of movement, a lot of change, things coming out of stagnancy, a lot of communication, a lot of messages back and forth. You may be planning travel for the future, things like that. Very direct kind of communication though, right? And you know, you haven't been able to take much of a break, but that's really kind of what you've needed, because it's a lot coming at you all at once, or it has been the last couple weeks with this Four of Swords. You've really like wanted to get more rest, and it's like, oh, like every time you try to lay down, the phone rings again. It's that kind of feeling. Going into the future though, this is a great card in general to pull the Star. Because it's Aquarius energy. It's liberation, it's freedom, it's the light at the end of the tunnel. You know, it's the right people showing up in our lives, you know. And we are in Aquarius season. We just started. So I feel like, you know, this coming season is going to be very positive for you. And I feel like you will get the clarity, even if it takes a minute. Even if it takes a minute with these retrogrades, you will have the clarity. You're just being very careful, though. Oh, thank you, Nancy. Have a great night. You are being very careful. Look at that with our Four of Pentacles. Yeah, you know, you're being real careful. You know, covering that heart chakra, kind of going, should I give my love? Should I give my money? Should I spend anything, you know, emotionally or physically on this, right? Being very careful with your cash. You know, the trick always with that Four of Pentacles is, you know, you don't want to be so tight or so closed that you can't let anything good in, right? It's a balancing act, but it definitely is a card of caution and a card that says, I'm scared of getting taken advantage of, right? On the bottom, subconscious position is the Magician. So boy, I mean, you're really focused on creating something new here in your life right now. It's hard in some ways for you to want to go back to something or someone from your past because you're kind of like, I kind of want to move forward, right? You kind of want to create something that's fresh and new. And my feeling is if somebody comes in from the past and they don't have a truly changed behavior and attitude with you, you're not interested because you want to create something fresh and new and exciting, something that makes you feel good. You want something that you can put all your talents and all of your abilities into. That's a Gemini energy, Mercury energy, Virgo energy on the Magician. It's a Mercury card. So you're having a lot of conversations with yourself. Talking to yourself a lot. I do that. Yeah. Oh, and there's choices. You got the Six of Cups and the Seven of Cups clarifying this. And so to me, it's like you want to make the right choice, and it's confusing as heck right now. There's a lot on the table that you could choose from. This is many choices. And you may be feeling a little bit of procrastination on it. You might be feeling like you're taking your time. In a lot of ways, it's not a wrong thing to do yet again. But our retrogrades will be over soon. You know, Venus retrograde ends on the 29th, but Venus will still be in Capricorn till March. And Mercury retrograde ends on the 3rd of February. So those aren't too much longer, but you've got some choices. And I think with that Seven of Cups, you got to look at them all, right? You know, that's always a thing, right? One cup might have a snake in it, or it might have a, you know, mask, somebody wearing a false face with you. Some of them got the diamonds. Some of them got a dragon. That's a pretty good cup. Some of them have the victory, you know. On the top, crowning the spread, is that Five of Cups, you know. And to me, that just speaks to the fact that it's like, you've been let down before. You know, these are disappointments that you've suffered, and Spirit is really acknowledging that. It's like, yeah, you've been through some things. You've been through some stuff that has really disappointed you. It's like not all is lost, you know, and in a lot of these connections, it's like there's still something to build on. But it doesn't change the fact that, you know, they disappointed you. So it's really like, you know, flip it around. We're looking at that Two of Cups with the rose blooming in the background, right? It's like there's potential. There's potential in these, right? But it's like you said, you know, choosing the right person. And it's been heavy. Yeah, this has been very heavy. But I also think with the Ten of Wands, it's coming to an end. It's coming to a close. To me, Five of Cups with the Ten of Wands is actually super positive because it, to me, looks like coming to the end of a grieving cycle or a mourning period. Something that, you know, has just been really hurtful and tough. And it's like you're finally able to kind of put that burden down and be like, you know what? I done my crying, I done my thinking, I done my talking about it, and now, yeah, oh, that's a long time. That's a lot of history. Yeah. Let's get into some suggestions. Let's get into some advice. Let's see what the best suggested approach here is. Looks like love. Ooh, oh no, not all love. I was about to say, caught me too quick. I was about to say, all this looks like love, but look at the suggested approach is money. Yeah, when the love stuff gets too overwhelming, focus on yourself with the 9 of Pentacles. Totally. Like, here's our Virgo energy working at it, single and loving it. That's that card. It's just, this is like just feeling good about where you are. Night and day, day and night. There's our little bunny rabbit. Abundance, prosperity, money coming in, work being fulfilling, you feeling good about it. So, you know, that's a super positive card. You know, I don't think it's wrong that you're being tough on them. There's the clarifier to the suggested approach. Yeah, there you go. Starting a business with somebody or doing more work for yourself. This is a great card of entrepreneurship. But look at that 7 of Wands. It's like standing up for yourself. Yeah, if you know you're in the right. You know, this is the important thing about this card is you don't have to fight every single battle. If it's not worth your time and energy, you don't have to engage. But I think that if something's worth it to you, it's like it's fine to stand up and say what you need to say. It's very fiery. I feel like if anybody, you know, wants back in with you, they deserve to be challenged a little bit, especially if there's a huge history like that. It's like, what do you really want? Here's what I really want. You know? Get in or get out. Put up or shut up. It's just, I really get that feeling that that's, I mean, you're at that point where it's just like, you know, had it up to here. Yeah, and that's important. It's important to be observational that way, you know. I've always done that in relationships if they're not working, is like you just observe what they do, what they say. They'll show you who they are, and you can make your decision based on that. Woo! Okay, those all flip flying. Guys, not that many. Not that many. Just one, please, for what she needs to know. What's the need to know advice here? Yeah, it's a death cycle. Totally. Yeah. Again, I get that feeling. We had the transformation card when it comes to love, and there it is. Yeah. What you need to know is there's a big transformation going on, big death and rebirth cycle. Yeah. Strong Scorpio energy there on that card. Phoenix from the ashes. Nine of Cups, and it has something to do with wish fulfillment. Yeah, something to do with wish fulfillment and going towards your hopes and dreams, right? And let's get the hopes and the fears on this. Let's see what we have here. Yeah, there it is. I mean, that to me just, of course, the Three of Swords, you know. Hoping for something better, not wanting another heartbreak. That's it. I mean, that makes sense. Because you want to keep your recovery going. You know, that's also a card of recovery and healing from broken-hearted energy. Yeah, that's it. There it is. Yeah, Two of Wands over top of that Three of Swords. It's very much about, like, you want a new beginning, you want a new start with someone, you want to go forward, but are they going to hurt me? That's the hopes and fears. That's what's going on up in the head. Let's get a potential outcome, please. Wow, these both kind of wanted to come out. Yeah, Nine of Cups again. I feel like in the next little bit, I do feel like you're going to go back and forth a bit. I do. And that's okay. Because we do have the Hanged Man there. You know, this is just not something that's going to solve itself immediately overnight. Nine of Cups there again at the, you know, it's really like, I think you're kind of back and forth about what's the most in line with my hopes and my dreams and my wishes, my goals, right? The Nine of Cups, it's not the 10 yet, right? We're not getting a 10 yet. We got the 9 twice. To me, the 9 is right before the 10. It's like you're still going. It still hasn't really come together, right? You're still pondering. You're still working towards it. And yes, you might be letting certain things go, certain people go. Right, exactly. I feel like you're going to be okay, though. I do feel like, you know, after this period of kind of mulling it over and working it out, look at that. We've got the Chariot here clarifying, and that is, you know, the Cancer Sun. That's the Cancer power card. So I really do feel like things are going to move forward. It's just, it's going to take you some time to work these things out and observe people as in their natural environment as they go about their business. But on the bottom, look at this Queen of Cups or Water Queen and the Ace of Wands. There again, very discerning, very careful about your emotional boundaries, but also really that big, passionate, brand new beginning in life coming through. Magician card, you know, to me, it's like, again, you're very focused inside about new beginnings, things that excite you, things that, you know, like I said, if somebody from the past is coming in, they better come in with some fresh, new, good energy, because if they don't, you're not really interested, right? You want to see where they've grown and changed, you know, because you're like, I've grown and changed. How about you? What have you been doing? Sitting around your butt? No thanks. That's how that feels. Like you've been doing a lot of work, and if they ain't been doing any work, it's not gonna jive. It's just not gonna resonate with you. It's like you'll be operating up here and they're operating down there, and it's just go straight to voicemail. Yeah. And I think that having the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Swords, it's like you don't have to be so emotionally available. You don't have to be available at all if you don't want to be. We can ask specifically about the Cancer, though, because he said he's really been showing up quite a bit. Let's see what we have in the angel answers about him. Please, Chris the Cancer. Yeah, okay, look at this. Okay, I just I love these cards. They're so simple, but they say so much. First out is like yes, the big yes, because there's 2 yeses in this deck. There's a yes without the exclamation point, there's a yes with. So this is the big yes. This is like big, good, yes, yes. But then it says wait, right? It says wait. Then it says let go, right? And then it says it's up to you, right? Yeah. So I almost feel like it's like, I think he's like, yeah, let's do this. And you're kind of like, hold on. And you may detach quite a bit from this. You may really let the whole idea of it go. And it's really up to you what you do next. It really is. Oh, and then the situation will improve. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And after that, it says a year from now. So a year from now, things might be really progressing with this guy, or they'll be totally over. But with that big yes, hey, you know, let's see what it has on the bottom. Yeah, don't stop. So keep going forward. Don't stall out. You know, The romance card is in there, so it's definitely part of the equation. But, you know, this does take recovery and some big changes. But it's happy changes, right? I get the feeling both of you have been through some big things with these cards. I feel like both of you have been through some big things. And it really, a lot, what kind of plays a role in this whole equation is recovery energies. Yeah. How well that you've recovered, you know, on a separate and mutual level. Good. Big transformations. When it comes to work, work looks good. Yeah, work looks really good. Like, keep it simple. Don't overcomplicate things right now. But very positive as far as that goes. Let me pull you a couple of our angels, deities, ascended masters. Let's see what we have here for you. Who is supporting you during this time? Yeah. Ooh, some of my favorite folks. Archangel Raphael, the big heart healer. Yeah, big heart healer. And look at that, Archangel Zadkiel with the violet flame transmutation. This is really changing a lot of vibration. And then we got Saint Bridget, our little fire lady. You know, it's about passion. It's about growth. Firing yourself up yet again. Yeah, so there's some good vibes, but I really feel the Raphael one. Big time I feel the Raphael for you, because it's just, right now I feel like we're all in such a time of heart healing. Yeah. I love all these. I love these cards so much. Oh my gosh. Yep. Got my Ganesha out here too. He came into it. Yeah. Breaking through the obstacles. Clear path ahead. Yep. So is there anything else, sweetheart? I'm going to pull you an affirmation. I think we're good. I think we're good for tonight, everyone. I think we're finished with our list. I don't think anyone else is signed up, so I think I'll be wrapping it up pretty soon here. Oh, you're welcome, Shanta. It's good to see you again. It's been a little minute. Yeah, this one. This is so important right now, is friendship, right? Be with the ones who make you shine, who love you and really care. Keep those and let the others go. That's it right there. It's like, you'll know who's really for you. I think that's a huge, like, test of a relationship, especially a romantic one, is like, can they even be your friend, right? Can they even be your friend, right? Are they capable of just being a friend? If they can't, then that's not good. Hey, Strawberry. Yeah, I love that with the unicorns. I love this deck. I got a couple. Oh, Neytiri sent a PayPal? Sure. Yeah. What is her question? Right. And that, that's a thing too. That's a thing too, Shanta. I mean, that's a balance between friendship and romance, right? It's kind of like, is there enough romance? Is there enough spark to make that part of it work too, right? Or is it really more just a friendship? I feel like with my first husband, it was more just a friendship, right? Maybe this one and one more. That's about what I got energy for. If there's one more after Neytiri, that would be fine. Yeah. But we'll see. And I'll just play it by ear. Surprise messages for the rest of January and February. Okay. We'll see. We'll see. Let's see what we get. All right. So Neytiri. So kind of just a general reading. Let's see what comes out for this last bit of January and the month ahead for you. Let's see what this looks like. I'm a Capricorn. Yay! Goats in the house. I love my goats. I'm a goat. I have a lot of goat. I have Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Mars, and Mercury in my chart. I have a lot of Capricorn. All right, so Neytiri. Let's see what we have for Neytiri, the Capricorn. What's her forecast, Spirit, for this next 4 to 5 weeks for the end of January and February, please? Ooh, I like both of these. Okay. Inner peace and power. Those are your key words from the Sacred Destiny Oracle. So I like the energy of this because you know what it makes me think of? It makes me think of Aquarius energy with that lightning, and it also makes me think of Pisces energy with the 2 fish. So I feel like you're right in tune, like with the, months, because we're in Aquarius season now, and of course, later in February, it will be Pisces season. So this feels very, very nice. Like you're really in tune with what these seasons and cycles are bringing us. I do feel like it's important for you to do this a little bit in reverse because this one came up first. This was on the bottom. So I do feel like really focusing on your own inner peace, your own serenity, your own inner emotional balance is going to really help you quite a lot. And it will help you to embrace your personal power and strength. It's even twos. It's even twos. There's a real balancing energy here. 2 lightning bolts, 2 fish. Just saying. You might have a really good friend or a really good companion, that you're working with or very connected to throughout this next month ahead too, because of that, because it's sort of like there's this companion. It might even be a spiritual guide or companion. Actually, let's look at that. Why not? Let's look at some spirit guides. Let's see what comes up in that deck for you. She wanted to flip right out. Goddess Lakshmi. Ah, love her. So prosperity, beauty, and fortune. This is definitely focused on like bringing that shower of abundance into your life. Oh my goodness. You might want to work with her. You might want to work with her this month ahead. Let's see what we have. Let's see what comes out of a shuffle. It's really nice. These are really nice. Okay, so we've got the Merlin. And the Merlin energy, wow, this goes back, King Arthur. This goes back into like Celtic mythology and legend. It's about it's the magician. It's the ultimate magician, alchemy, manifestation, creating something new in your life. And you said you're starting a YouTube channel. It's perfect because look at Archangel Gabriel coming out. This is about communication, speaking your truth. And doing it with creativity, this creative self-expression, right? Sharing something with the world. Sharing something uplifting with the world. Yeah. Let's get into some tarot for you. Let's see what comes through. Past, present, future, please, Spirit. Let's get that for Neytiri. I got a piece of my own hair stuck in the deck. That's always good. Oh, there's another one. Boy, I really am in my cards today. It's always great when that happens, and it's like the hair kind of like ties them together, and then it's like it flips everywhere, and they go flying. Nice. Oh, beautiful. Okay. These are some great cards coming up in here. Wow. So I feel like in the immediate past, you're coming from, you know, this kind of balanced place. Like you've really been working to balance both sides of yourself. You know, one foot on the earth, one foot in the water. It's the Temperance card. So this is Sagittarius energy. It really is about, you know, purity of intention mixed with that red. You know, we have the white, the purity of intention and spirit, and then we have the red, which is that passion, putting things into action and movement, coming at things with a whole lot of heart. So I feel like, you know, you've been really working to moderate. I also feel like you've come to a place where you're really recognizing that the things that have been challenging, difficult, and painful have made you actually much stronger. And instead of seeing, you know, your past wounds or scars or issues as being a negative, it's like instead you're seeing them as a strength, which is very, very nice. I love that card. Gives you greater resilience. That's what it feels like coming through. Very great resilience. And part of this, yet again, look at this big balancing focus right here. 6 of Pentacles on top of that. So you have been really working on equal give and take, equal reciprocity, cultivating relationships and situations where everybody gets what they need, not just you putting in everything and not getting anything back. Both of these cards are all about balance here. Very, very good. All right, so in the center, central energy, what's going on, you know, is the High Priestess. So there it is, that very spiritual, mystical energy. She's definitely very secretive. This is lunar energy. This is moon goddess kind of feelings, right? That's that wild crown on her head. People always say, what is that? It's the triple aspect moon, right? It's the waxing, full, and waning moon. And so she's very in tune with the cycles. Sometimes very, you know, like I said, very to herself, very introverted. You may be feeling like you need a lot of time to yourself. Like, you know, there's just, you really need that downtime to tap into the sacred mysteries, to tap into your dreams or your intuition without a lot of people, you know, bothering you. That's an important focus because you got some things that you're working on, that you're creating. Behind the scenes, right? Behind the scenes, there's that veil. So I would say the bulk of this energy is really, oh yeah, you are keeping yourself to yourself. In a really good way. We got our Queen of Cups. She's my Scorpio queen. Both of these cards are very secretive, mysterious kind of, but also very compassionate, nurturing, and loving. Very intuitive, very connected to the divine. But talk about some emotional boundaries. You're not getting past them. They're very discerning about who they let in. And so that's very much, you know, kind of your focus, kind of your energy over this, you know, next little cycle here. It's like, yeah, it is like, I'm not telling you. I'm not letting you in. Like I said, the Queen of Cups, you know, in her court cards of the cups, she's the only one that keeps a lid on that cup. Because it's like, I'm not just anyone can come into my inner sanctum here. You know, this is about those emotional boundaries, you know. Secretive. It's a little secretive. But this isn't bad, especially if people have kind of trounced on you in the past, or if they've really taken advantage of you being super, super open. This is like, okay, I'm learning to respect myself first. You know, I'm not going to just give 100% till you give 100%, right? But in the immediate future, the way that this cycle sort of rounds out as it, you know, winds up is really beautiful. One of my very favorite cards as a Capricorn, because it is one of the Capricorn power cards, is the World. Going into the immediate future. It's the last card in the major arcana, so it really does, it symbolizes the completion of karma, completion of cycles, you know, endings, but like really good, powerful new beginnings that just make you feel really great. Very victorious. The other signs involved in this card are Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, and Scorpio, because those are all the fixed signs in the corners. But it is Saturn ruled, so I still consider it mostly a Capricorn card. And you know, Capricorns, so that's, you know, our planet and all that is about, you know, lessons learned, challenges, you know, accomplished and overcome, getting to the lesson, you know, and learning the lesson and feeling like, yes, I finally got it. It's a great feeling. And it could be about something that you had just been waiting and waiting and waiting on, whether it was like somebody that kept saying, I'm going to call you, and they never do, or, you know, somebody said, I'll email you, and they never do, or something that just kept, you know, getting put off and put off and put off. I feel like this is saying you're just done with it. Like, like you're just moving on. Anyone that wasn't, you know, coming along with you or was making you wait for far too long, you're done. You're just like, bye. I got new places to go. You're not allowed to come with. Yeah. Because the Four of Swords is like somebody put you on hold one too many times. One too many times, put on hold, and it's like, ugh, now I'm hanging the phone up. So let's get a suggested approach. You know, Four of Cups has a lot to it. It has a lot to it. It also has that thing about like we've been so focused on something or someone that isn't working that we might have missed the good stuff that's coming in. Right. That's exactly it, Nateri. And I mean, that's very Capricorn too. Like, we have patience. We will wait. We will give somebody plenty of time to do the right thing. But if they don't do it, or if they just, you know, if we become really aware that they're really just messing around with us, I will tell you, don't do that to yourself. Don't tell yourself you stayed stuck too long. You stayed stuck as long as you needed to, because I have beat myself up about that kind of thing in the past. But don't. You got the lesson you needed. You took exactly as much time as you needed to take. That's Capricorn. Once we're done, we're fully done. But we have to give ourselves time to be fully done. Because if we don't, we'll always feel funny about it. You know? I believe that Capricorns know exactly when to say it's over. They do. It's usually when their emotions are no longer involved. It's usually when their feelings are no longer being ripped up. It's like when we can just walk away with a clean conscience and not feeling any kind of way about it. It's just like, it's just complete. It's just complete. Yeah. So suggested approach. Let's see what we have got for you on this. There's that moon card. The darn moon card has been coming up again and again and again. You got both of like the lunar power cards here. Oh my goodness. The only one that hasn't come up yet is the Chariot, but here we go. I mean, this is the suggested approach, is take it slow but steady, right? Just take it easy, because with these retrogrades, it definitely is more confusing. Things are more cloudy. There's the potential for not seeing all the details, right? So, you know, it's a Pisces card, the moon is, actually, even though Cancer is ruled by the moon, but the moon card is the Pisces card. You know, so yet again, I mean, this is like a month. It's very mystical. It's very magical. It's dreamy. It's creative. The imagination is like through the roof. You know, and those are the best things to like put your energy into, because if you try to do things that are like super solid or tangible, it's a little harder. The feeling I'm getting is there is a lot of, you know, dreamy, creative, spiritual, intuitive stuff coming in. But you are building. I mean, this is a definite building energy with the Three of Pentacles. That's very nice, right? So I do feel like you're working on something together. Like you said, you're creating a YouTube channel, or just doing some things that are creative. And it's going to be good for everybody, because the Three of Pentacles is creating a refuge or a safe haven where everybody is welcome. So it is. It's like you're building things, but it's from a very spiritual and emotional standpoint. Outcome card is the Five of Wands. So I do think you might have some tussles. You might have a few little conflicts. You might have some skirmishes. You might have people in your life that kind of butt heads with you. But I think that these challenges sometimes can be quite positive. The Five of Wands is never like big, huge, horrible battles, but it's definitely like those little sparks flying, you know, kind of feeling. And sometimes that's exactly what we need to kind of wake us up and get us moving. So there might be somebody that challenges you, but I feel like that challenge may actually activate something in you to kind of like, and you know how Capricorns are. We're like, you know, if somebody challenges us, we're like, you watch and see, I'll do even better than you think, but we'll do it quietly. We will do it quietly. And then we're like, see how good I did? And they're like, oh, you know. Capricorns thrive on a little bit of challenge. We do. I ain't gonna lie. We like it a little bit. Capricorn especially says, I will outlast you. That's what we do. We know, like, we're patient. We have time on our side. We'll be like, this little thing is going to be gone today, gone tomorrow, here today, gone tomorrow. I will still be here. Capricorns will outlast you. You know, that's the way it is. Like, 10 years goes by and all the other people are gone, but the Capricorn's still there. It's like... And there's that Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, because somebody might be challenging what you're building or what you're growing or what you're cultivating. Or somebody might say, oh, it's not that, whatever you're doing doesn't really matter. So, you know, I'm like, they might say something really snarky like that, or really crappy. And it just kind of makes you dig in even more, right, to growing that garden. Because they might be like kind of challenging what you're doing. Yeah. And you're just like, well, thanks for your input. Bye. Page of Swords on the bottom. This has a lot to do with new thoughts, new ideas coming in. It's Gemini energy. Pages are very youthful. Right. There you go. There you go. Fires them up a little bit. And then the Two of Pentacles is also there. So it's good to maintain a good life balance, a life-work balance this month. I would say that, you know, when it comes to that, it's important to work, but not work too hard. I know Capricorns, we just can't stop. We love to work, but you do need time to just chill because there's some big cycles that are coming full circle that, you know, are kind of projecting you into the next level of life. And, you know, with all this like secretive little Queen of Cups, High Priestess stuff, the moon, it's like, don't show your hand. Like, just don't show your hand. Don't let everybody know what you're doing. All right? They don't need to know. I like the Pilgrimage card. There you go. Yeah, the Pilgrimage card. You are on a journey to your own greatness. There it is. Your soul is longing to find the way, and only you can choose your path. Yeah, there's a journey going on here. And I also love on the bottom we had the partnership card. Learn to grow with others, overcome obstacles by working together, touch each other's heart while life lasts. Oh, wow. Yeah, I hear you, Neytiri. Yeah, it's... the burnout can be a real thing, and I think that's part of why, you know, it's like to put as little of your emotional self, if that makes sense, emotional, spiritual self into work that doesn't require it. But I do feel like some big things will be completing and changing over the course of this February. Yeah. It definitely looks like it. All right. Is there anyone else in the chat who wants a read, Gwen, if you're still here with me? Oh, what kind of pet? Okay, cool. Ah, good. I'm gonna go fix dinner. You got a bunny! Do you know I have bunnies? I have 3. I have 3 rabbits. Petey's doing pretty good, Gwen. He's still hanging in there. He's still hanging in there. It's unbelievable. Oh, Neytiri, that is so funny. Let me tell you. I've had, my oldest rabbit is almost 15 years old. He's still going with 3 legs. Had to have one of his legs removed 2 months ago because he broke his foot really badly. I know, he went through so much. He's just an amazing little being. He's gonna be here as long as he wants to be. When he's done, he's done. He'll know. But I can give you lots and lots of bunny tips. I definitely can. Is it a baby bunny or is it an older rabbit? It makes a difference. It really makes a difference. My mom has a cat that mostly stays upstairs. The cat's afraid of the rabbits. Like, she's afraid of the rabbits. She just runs away when they're out hopping around. It's actually really hilarious. And last month, I was bunny sitting for my friend Natrina's rabbits, and one of her bunnies is a big bunny. Like, she's a much bigger than my rabbits. My rabbits are smaller, and she's this big bunny. And so she came up, and she's like super friendly. Stella, that's the bunny's name. Stella's super friendly. Like, she just wants to play and have a good time. And so the cat would like try to run away from her, and Stella would chase her. Like, the bunny would just hop right after her, like, no, 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 let's play, let's play. And the cat didn't want anything to do with it. So the cat was like, batting at her and hissing, and Stella wasn't even phased. She was just like, oh, she's like, look, she's playing with me. She's just hopping around her. It was hilarious. Cats and rabbits in some ways can be kind of similar. Oh, he's 14. There you go. Bunny is Rainier. Like Mount Rainier in Washington. He's black and white, super cute. Yeah. Rabbits need a lot of attention. And unless you are planning to get a second rabbit, that's a thing. Especially if the rabbit's somewhat young and he's still like open to other rabbits being around, you might want to think about getting a second bunny. I'm just, I know that might feel like, oh, that's more to take on, but it's not that much harder to have two. And the reason I will say that is because rabbits are super social, and they really do love to have another bunny. Yeah, if he's a year old, that might be a little tweaky, because when they're so territorial that when they kind of lay down their turf, they can really scrap with another rabbit. It can be a little challenging getting bunnies to bond and be cool with each other. And sometimes they never can. Like, sometimes the best way to go is maybe just try to foster a rabbit for a little while and see how it works. Because you should never, like, if you've already got a rabbit in your house and they're real established, you should never just buy another rabbit and throw them in there together. They will fight. They will have issues. The one that's already there will get really upset because they're so much about their turf. You have to introduce them slowly. It's best to keep them in two separate places for a while to just let them get used to each other. He tears apart his large cage, the biggest cage the store had. Is he fixed? I'm sure they probably neutered him. That's real important. If he hasn't been neutered, you definitely want to get that done. Yeah, rabbits are real weird. When I got, like, way back when I had my first two rabbits, even though they were pretty young, I kept them in separate hutches for at least about a couple weeks to a month before they really got used to each other and could be in the same hutch together. And they bonded eventually, but, they hump and they circle each other and it's like buns, just chill. But they're real funny. They're like, they establish a pecking order. They're like freaking chickens. There's a top bunny, there's a beta bunny. Okay, you definitely want to get them fixed. Take my word for it. And you need to find a vet that's good with rabbits or exotics, because rabbits are still considered exotics, even though they're not, in my opinion. But they're not a dog or a cat, so they still consider them exotics. I do have a really good vet And oh yeah, bunnies are super territorial. They'll tear each other up if it can get bad, like because they got sharp teeth, man, and claws, and they can really tear each other up. Hey, Queen of Swords, good to see you. We're talking about bunnies right now. We have a member in the chat that just got a bunny. But yeah, you definitely want them fixed. It's going to not only help them to be calmer, but it's going to help them live longer. And males tend to be, they can really be pretty wild. They can spray like a cat does if they're not neutered, things like that. So I would say the most important thing, you know, is finding a vet in your area that's rabbit knowledgeable. If they don't know how to treat your rabbit, they can accidentally kill your rabbit. Because if they ever need a surgery, rabbits don't have a gag reflex. They cannot throw up. So when they do a surgery for a rabbit, they have to intubate their throat properly, their airway, because if they don't, it can close up. They can die during the surgery really easily. It's, you know, and it's not like the vet's trying to hurt your bunny. It's just, if they don't know that, they won't know to do it. So definitely find a rabbit savvy vet. Most of my bunnies, for the most part, have been very low maintenance. They haven't had that many crises or anything like that. Yeah. Just ask if they know about rabbits and how to handle rabbit care, because it's different. It's definitely different. That's important. I would say that a big reason that, like, you know, the one bunny that I had that passed away, she would live to be 13, and that was extremely old for her breed. And Petey still going at 15, and a large part of that, sure, I feed them really well. They need lots of hay, mostly hay. When they're younger, they don't need quite as much, but now at a year old, they definitely need mostly hay, a small amount of, you know, pellets, and definitely some daily fresh greens, like, you know, spring greens, parsleys, things like that. If you go on House Rabbit, I think it's houserabbit.org, but there's a site that'll actually give you a list of the vegetables and things that are good to feed them and those that are not. I would avoid things like bananas, because they're really starchy. Rabbits love the heck out of bananas. It drives me crazy when I see videos where people are feeding the rabbits like a whole banana. I'm like, oh my God, you want your rabbit to die. I used to give, like, for a treat, like I'd give a slice of banana, and Petey had intestinal troubles because of it. So I said, no way. Oh, wow. Oh gosh, yeah. But yeah, I would avoid things. Yeah, apples are good, but just a little bit. Just like a small slice, you know, a day. Because they do like those. Same with carrots. Carrots are like candy. You know, anything that's like fruit, you know, or a carrot, it's got a lot of sugar, natural sugar in it. You don't want to give too much of it to a rabbit. So keep those things in very small amount, and, you know, mostly greens and stuff. But yeah, I mean, like I said, overall, my rabbits have been very low maintenance. I mean, it's really rare that they have any major health issue. They've been great. You know, and if they're staying indoors, they don't need shots or anything like that, because they're not getting exposed to parasites or fecal matter or things like that they come into contact with outside. Right. Yeah. Oh, they'll still eat their regular food in my experience. But, you know, that's just a treat. I don't give carrots every day, and if they get it, it's just like a little piece. Carrots are fine because they do have a lot of fiber, but they are very sweet. Yeah. Fiber is really the name of the game. You know, if your rabbit is eating and pooping, that's all. You know, that's what they're meant to do. Like, you know, that, I swear to goodness, Petey would have died when he was about 7 years old if I hadn't been really watching him. I knew the signs of GI stasis. And there was a time when he just was shutting down. He wasn't eating, he wasn't pooping, he didn't want to be touched. He was just all hunched up, and I was like, oh crap, he's in trouble. So I got him to an emergency vet. He was, you know, they made sure they gave him laxatives and all that kind of stuff. So he ended up being fine, and of course he's lived, you know, much further out, but But yeah, you do have to be careful. And not all rabbits are as prone to it as others. He's the only one I've ever had that's had trouble with it. So, you know, that's a thing too. It's not all of them have the same issues, just like us. Yeah. Some of them are weaker, some of them are stronger. Yeah, he's been through a few things. But overall, Pete's been real healthy. He's been real healthy most of his life. He hasn't had a lot of trouble, you know. Just these things with his foot and the thing with his gut. He's a sweetheart. They're worth it. But yeah, anytime you have bunny questions, just let me know, because I've learned a lot about rabbits. Because now I have had them for about a third of my life, which is kind of wild. They do shed a lot, and I do recommend, I've got actually a brush right here. This is what I use on my bunnies. I was just using it the other night. You can see their fur in it. But this is my favorite comb because it has like the silicone kind of rubber in it. And it helps, it grabs onto the fur, right? Because their fur is kind of dense, and it has that like undercoat that's very light and fluffy. So if you just brush it with like a regular cat style brush, it's not going to work because it will not grab the excess fur out. Of course, if you had a lady rabbit, it would be even crazier because the lady buns will shed massive amounts out of their ears. The males do it a little bit too, but the ladies do it worse because what they do in the wild is pull the fur out and they make a bunny nest for the baby bunnies. They're like little birds. They want to build a nest. You might have to go online to find something like this. I think I bought it from Binky Bunny. That's a great site for supplies, is binkybunny.com. There's also a really fun website called Bun Space that is all bunny profiles. It's like Facebook for bunnies. There's no people profiles. It's all rabbits. It's just the rabbit picture with their names. It's hilarious, but I love it. Yeah, bunspace.com. There's a lot of good people in there that are pretty knowledgeable too. There's vet resources and things like that in there. Yeah. Yeah, Bunspace is super fun. I need to make new profiles for my new bunnies because I still have not done that yet. But yeah, no, I love them. I love them. I mean, to me, I have never connected with any pet as much as I have connected with these rabbits. Hands down. And I've had dogs, birds, cats, we've had fish, the whole thing, you know, but it's something about them. They're just so peaceful and sweet. And when they learn, it takes time for a rabbit to completely trust you, but once they do, boy, it's like you've got their heart and they've got yours. And it's just, oh my goodness. They're so, so sweet. So loving. This is like just very gentle souls. And they're fun to watch when they're happy and they're bouncing around. They do need lots of run time and exercise, but it's so cute to watch them hop and flip up in the air. There's so much more to them than people realize. It really drives me crazy when people say, oh, they don't have much personality, or ask if they have a personality. And I'm like, oh my goodness, guys, just settle down, get to know them. They're not a dog. They don't come running up to you and freaking out. Well, actually, they do come running up to you. Never mind. Mine come running up to me. If I have not been in the room and I come back in, they run right up. Yeah, it's true. With the treats, especially if I shake a bag or if they know I've got something, they're all over me. But it's not like a dog. It's not like a cat. You know, they're a prey animal, not a predator, and they don't like to be chased. They don't like to be hunted, right? Sometimes they can be a little squidgy about being picked up, makes them a little nervous. Sometimes it depends on the rabbit. Like my little Bunsen, she's totally fine. She does not mind. Pick her up anytime. She loves it. But Arthur's a little more nervous about it. Petey was always a little more nervous about it. But once you've got them and once they're stable, some rabbits prefer you to pet them when they're on the floor or on the bed or on a sofa, you know, flat surface. Some don't mind. You can carry them around like a little baby and they don't mind it. It just depends on the bun. But I have noticed that the lady rabbits seem to be more okay with being picked up and carried around than the males that I've had. That's just my personal experience. The males still love to be snuggled, though. Like, all of them love to snuggle. The whole, like, saying about, like, snuggle bunny is very true. They love to be loved. They love their cheeks scratched, their ears rubbed. It's all about the face with bunnies. Like, people always want to, like, pet their back or their middle, and I'm like, no, pet their heads. Pet their heads. They are all about, they love to, like, when their eyes are closed, they love their eyes rubbed on the outside. Oh, they love that. Like, they like their cheeks scratched. You'll notice. You'll notice what they really like, but they love the ears rubbed. You know, just go nose to back with the ears, you know, just massaging the ears, save the face. I kiss them. I kiss them all the time. Because that's the way they interact with each other is, you know, they're always grooming each other's face. They're always licking and kissing the face, right? Rabbits don't really like the rear ends being touched. And there's a reason for that too. It's because that makes them feel like, you know, because they're always real conscious about what's behind them. You know, when the wolf or the fox or whatever is chasing you, you got to be real careful about what's behind you, right? Oh, thanks, Queen of Swords. Well, I love them. I love them so much. You know, there's lots of bunny channels on YouTube. I've debated making just a bunny channel at some point, but you know, I just think they're so sweet, and people do a lot of crappy things to rabbits, and a lot of people don't take good care of their pet rabbits. So it really, I'm kind of passionate about that. It's like, oh, buns, because they'll give you their whole heart. They'll give you their whole little self, and it's like, oh, I just want to take good care of them. I am a bunny whisperer. It's something weird about it. Like, I know how to connect with them like no other creature I've ever had. It's weird. I was pretty good with my birds, too, I will say. Birds and bunnies. Birds and bunnies have been my thing. And they have some similarities. They're both very territorial. They get nesty. They can get cage possessive. Oh, boy. Especially if they're not fixed. A lady bunny that's not fixed. Oh. So cage protective. But yeah, they have some similarities. They have a pecking order. There's always a top bunny. There's a top bunny, and they go in rank, that's for sure. But yeah, best of luck. Best of luck. Keep us posted about what happens. I love that his name is Rainier, because yeah, I used to live in Portland, Oregon. That's not far from Seattle, and that's where Mount Rainier is. Very, very famous big ex-volcano. Mm-hmm. Might have to take him to Seattle for a trip. Let him see his namesake mountain. All right, honeys. Well, thanks so much for being here, y'all. Big love, big dragon hugs. And I'll be seeing you all again soon. Thanks for making it a fun Sunday evening. And take care, y'all. I'll be seeing you soon. Best of wishes, best of luck.